It's been just over 15 years since AC Milan last won the Champions League, but after a period of uncertainty, the Italian giants are back. Stefano Pioli guided Milan to their first Serie A title in over a decade last season, and with their rebuild now paying off, the quality young talent at the San Siro gives Milan fans plenty of reasons to be optimistic once again. Today, we undertake a two-season transformation at the San Siro and try to bring back major European glory to AC Milan. It's great to have Milan looking like a force once again, and I love the young talent they've built at the San Siro. The objectives in our first season are tough but definitely doable: retain the league and reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League. When you look at this team, there aren't that many weak spots to be fair, but I would probably say up top is where Milan should be looking to strengthen. Obviously, Zlatan Ibrahimovic now 40, he surely can't go on forever. Olivier Giroud approaching his mid-30s as well. I would say in Season 1, the primary goal is get a new striker. And it's a nice mix of youth and experience at Milan, but in FIFA career mode, 7 players that are 30 or older, yeah, it's a squad that needs to get younger. Zlatan is 40 and he will be retiring as well, so no more Swede at the San Siro for next season onwards. And from Lille to Napoli, this is the guy that will replace him, Victor Osimhen. He's absolutely rapid. Obviously Milan's budget isn't bad, but under 80 million is not a lot for a European giant, so we needed to get a good value for money deal, and we did. 55 million is the fee we arranged with Napoli for the Nigerian striker, and he is such a young talent, still in his early 20s, really good goal to game ratio, and very adaptable as well. Victor Osimhen in to lead our line. And in order to make new signings, I've had to make some sales. 3 quick ones here. Tatarusanu, the Romanian goalkeeper, off to Bologna. Messias is off to Sampdoria for a decent fee as well. And a big sale here. Osimhen's in, and that means Giroud has got to go. He's off to Lazio for £11 million. And my next signing is going to be a very interesting one. Yep, I'm bringing him to the San Siro, Marcus Rashford. He's off to a good start this season, Rashford, and I'm pleased to see it as well. Struggled quite a lot last year, but this season, quite an improvement from the young forward. Out of contract at the end of the season though, so I know I'm getting for cheap. And the deal is 25.5 mil. Steal. I'm pretty sure he's got a 1-year extension in his contract at Old Trafford, so he'll definitely be staying in real life. But in the save, he's coming to the San Siro. 5-year, 70 grand a week deal, and Marcus Rashford is in. And I think as a winger in this team, with Raphael on the left and Victor through the middle as well, it's a rapid front three that could bang in plenty of goals. Marcus, welcome. And I've just made a really quick bit of transfer business here. Simon Kjaer is off to Chelsea for £15.5 million to play under Graham Potter. And the lad I'm replacing him with might not be as good right now, but he's certainly going to get a lot better in the future, and he's 10 years younger. Evan Ndicka from Frankfurt is in for £21 million. He is a seriously good young talent. So moving on, 2 quick signings. Parisi from Empoli is in on a straight swap deal with Paulo Torre. This is a brilliant piece of business here, as our current left back will not have as much potential as Fabiano, so I love that. A straight swap deal. And also Scalvini as well. If you play FIFA career mode and you get far enough, you would have seen this guy at some point. Yet one of the highest potential young Italian centre-backs in the game. In for squad depth primarily, but at 18 years old and already 70 rated, keep your eyes on this guy for the future. He's a heck of a young talent. Ooh, and this is an interesting one. Now, I've just sold Krunic to Club Brugge, who are having a fantastic campaign in Europe. 3 wins in 3 in the Champions League. He's off to Belgium for 12 mil, but a bid for the former Liverpool striker Divock Origi. I didn't plan to sell to Belgium, but if I can get some decent money for him, I'm fine letting him go early. And the fee I agreed with Hellas Verona was £11 million, so a very short stint at the San Siro for the Belgian. But that sale plus Krunic going to Belgium means, plus the season ticket money, we've got just over 50 million remaining. Let's pick up some good Italian talent. This is the guy I want, David Fratesi of Sassuolo, but they are not playing ball, and unsurprisingly so, one of their best young talents. But I still think with a sell-on clause, I can get them a little bit cheaper than 35 mil. Go on, Sassuolo, 30 mil. 30 mil in a big sell-on clause. Hey, there we go. I'll take it. And the contract was dirt cheap as well. 32 grand a week on a 5-year deal is all we had to pay for a great young Italian talent. I love the talent they got at the San Siro already, and now we've got another man in. David, welcome. And I've made 5 rapid signings to end the summer window off, so let me quickly recap them for you. Garifani is in from Juventus as a third choice goalkeeper. Moretti and Fagioli, also of the old lady, 2 young Italian CMs have arrived. Coppola, a young centre-half from Hellas Verona, and Volpato, a teenage talent at AS Roma as well. So 10 new signings in total for the window, these 5 primarily though just for squad depth. So that'll do it for summer signings, and I've got to say I'm really liking how this Milan side is looking, not just for now but for the future as well. Rashford, Osimhen and Evan coming in for our starting 11, but 7 good young Italian talents in for the future as well. The question is, in season 1, can we hit those objectives of retaining the Serie A and reaching the quarterfinals of the Champions League? Let's find out. Forza Milano. Well, this could be quite a devastating first year at the San Siro. I did not think I'd be saying that. I don't think we won anything this year. And we haven't. 3rd place finishing the Serie A. Only 7 points behind Atalanta, who win it to be fair. But not a great season domestically or in Europe either. Let me show you why. Technically there was silverware, but we're not going to count it. Beat Inter in the Supercoppa, and we were knocked out of the Coppa Italia in the semi-final stages by Juventus. Although for some reason a cup doesn't count towards the objectives in Italian football, don't know why. But in the Champions League we did make it for our group, but unfortunately came up 1 round short of where the board wanted us to get to. Knocked out by Bayern in the last 16 on penalties. Paris Saint-Germain, the eventual winners. So not a catastrophic season by any stretch of the imagination. Top 4, we're back in the Champions League next season with a 3rd place finish. Cup semi-final, got for our Champions League group, but yeah, I'm trying to downplay the fact we failed both of our objectives here. I suppose the saving grace really was knowing our young Italian talent is all developing really nicely in the squad right now. And as for our stars coming in, Evan and Marcus both grew by 2, though for some reason Rashford barely played, but Victor Osimhen really hit the ground running. 32 goals in 49 games, up to 87 overall. So, that's the end of season 1, and whilst our team has developed really nicely, with both the young talents we signed and inherited growing really well, we still won nothing. And that is going to have to change in season 2, so bring on the new season where we need to pick up some silverware at the San Siro, and I think personally we're going to need to spend big in the summer window and bring in 1 or 2 world superstars. Bring on season 2. Season 2, and the board are upping the expectations. Win the title, and now reach the final of the Champions League. Can you reach the last 8 last year? Several players in the deals that come at the end of the season, but only 2 contracts getting given out. Ishmael and of course the Lion, Raphael, are staying. But looking at this team, I think we need a new attacking midfielder. The interesting thing though is that Marcus Rashford and Kalulu are both transfer listed by request, so I can't remove them. So I think I might need a new winger and possibly a new centre-half as well. Not what I wanted to do, but I might have to cash in. And with a decent budget of just shy of 139 mil, I'm going to make my first signing. I said I need a world star, and I'm going to get one of the best young talents in world football. Phil Foden of Manchester City. One of the best things about Foden is his deal's up at the end of season 2, so you can get him really cheap in the summer window. Go on, Pep, 90 mil. 90 mil. You've got to cash in at some point, mate. Yes, 90 million for Phil Foden. Absolute bargain. So the contract agreed, 150 grand, 5-year deal, and for 90 million pounds, Phil Foden is in. Yet somehow EA graded it a B. Don't really know how, but fair enough. But even so, Foden is in, and a question for you guys today: where do you think Foden's best position is? Really versatile player. Some people think the long-term successor for KDB. Some people think false 9, inside forward on the right. Where do you think Foden's best position is for club and country? But here at Milan, I'm going to convert him to an attacking midfielder, and he'll be propping up our front three. So Foden in, and for 90 mil, it's an absolute bargain. So a couple of quick sales for our centre-halves. Caldara is off to La Liga to play for Levante, and also Gabbia is off to Sassuolo. But this is the interesting one. I said I would have to sell him. He's on the transfer list by request. Marcus Rashford off to Paris Saint-Germain. Let's see how much we can get from the French Giants. And I'm going to play hardball with PSG because I don't have to sell him. Yes, he's on the transfer list, but 4 years left on his deal. So if they're not going to give me at least 45 mil, I'm not accepting. 47.5? 47.5 mil Paris Saint-Germain. What do you say to that? Yep, I'll take it. 47.5 mil. I find it so annoying that once a player goes on a transfer list, it's game over. You can't physically talk him around. He will stay on the transfer list until he leaves. It's quite unrealistic and something I hope EA look into. But still, Rashford also departed to France, and the player I'm going to replace him with, Nicolo Zaniolo of AS Roma. Let's bring him in. And I love those players and their deals that come at the end of the season because you can get them so cheap. Another bargain, 41 mil is all we've had to pay Jose Mourinho for Nicolo Zaniolo. In his early to mid 20s, already 84 rated and still getting better. And to me, whilst he is listed as a centre forward in this team, because we're converting Foden to attacking mid, I'm going to convert Zaniolo to right wing in this team with that left foot having as an inside forward with great attacking positioning and finishing as well. So yeah, Foden will convert to CAM, Zaniolo on the right, and I've got to say, our front four now looks absolutely unstoppable. So quick sale, Alessandro Florenzi is off to the beautiful French city of Montpellier for 13.5 mil, and this is the guy he'll be replaced with. Pedro Porro of Sporting Lisbon. Great young talent. Initially, I was surprised that Manchester City let him go on a permanent deal, but what I didn't realise is that they included a buyback clause in the deal as well. And a lot of people ask me, how would you improve the transfer market in FIFA other than just making it realistic? I think buyback clauses need to be included. They're such a big part of modern day transfers when big teams sell some of their young prospects, but instead of returning to the Etihad, he's in at the San Siro. Pedro Porro to replace Calabria as our new starting right back. So 2 quick sales. I didn't want to sell Kalulu, but on the transfer list by request, I thought I'd better add. He's off to Spurs for 24 mil. And also Brescianini, one of our fringe players, has gone for a small fee as well. So those sales plus the season ticket money now means we've got around £48 million between now and the start of the season. And that's more than enough for a quality centre-half. And this is the guy I want, from Leverkusen to Fiorentina, Edmund Tapsoba. Well, actually, I don't think we would have enough because Fiorentina are not budging on 52 mil. They won't even negotiate with me. Come on, 36 mil? Nah, not budging. Forget it, we'll have to go elsewhere. So, not quite my first choice, but he could still do a decent job for us, to be fair. 27 years old, not quite as good as Tapsoba, but I'll take him for a third choice. Lucas Klosterman in from RB Leipzig for £21 million. He's behind Tomori and Evan, to be fair, but even so, I really wanted Tapsoba. And I've just made 2 final signings to close out the window, and to be fair, I really like the first one. We needed a new backup goalkeeper for Mike, and we've got one. Vicario is in for £12.5 million as our new number 1, yet sub goalkeeper. And also Wilfred Gnonto from FC Zurich to Leeds United. 18 years old, already 6 caps at senior level, and he's got a goal for Italy as well. He's in from Jesse Marsh's Leeds to fill out the squad. So that will do it for our spending in Season 2. We've got a new star right winger to replace Rashford. Phil Foden is in, and we've also got Pedro Porro in at right back. So just like last season, 3 new signings to the first 11. We've improved our squad depth as well. The question is, can it now deliver some silverware? A trophyless campaign last year, asked to win the Serie A this season and reach the final of the Champions League. Tough objectives, big money getting spent, good signings, but can they deliver? Forza Milano. Well, I don't want to jinx it, but have we made it to the final? No, I don't think we have. No, we haven't. Cup final is a win though, so we've got something. And the Serie A, I think we've done that as well. Knocked out of the semi-finals of the Champions League, but I think we've won a domestic dub. We've won the cup, we've beat Juve, but have we won the Serie A? Oh no! 1 point! 1 point! Look at the record of Inter. It's the exact same goal scored and conceded, but they got 1 draw more to win the title. I think we bowled it on the final day. Well, I'm pleased we won something. The cup was in the bag. We beat Juve by 2-1, but that Serie A, I think we lost on the final day, didn't we? Or did we draw? 1 of the 2, but even so, how we won it, we would have won the title. Oh, I can't believe it. Semi-finals of the Champions League, once again knocked out by Bayern. It wasn't a terrible season, but heartbreak right at the end. Solid growth from our new signings this year though. Vicario coming in grew by 2. Klosterman also grew a rating as well. And Pedro Porro went up by 2 to 86 overall. Phil Foden though, what a signing. And I tell you guys right now, you've got to bring him in season 2. He's a bargain. You can get him so cheap. And he grew to 91 overall in the very first season. This guy is an absolute baller, man. Worth every penny. And his team improved so well in just 2 years as well. From a 4.5-star team to a European powerhouse in 2 seasons. This AC Milan side was so fun to rebuild. I definitely recommend them if you're looking for a European giant in one of the top 5 leagues, but a side that still needs improving. And that will do it for the 2-season transformation, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please do drop a like. Just the one major on it in the 2 years in the end. Slightly disappointing, but I love how this team looked after 2 years. And I definitely recommend AC Milan, the European giants, for a FIFA career mode this year. They still need a bit of work, but they've got some great young talent, and they'll be a great team to use for many years, trying to get domestic dominance in Italian football and also recapture that Champions League. Thanks for watching today's episode of 2-season transformation, guys. If you've enjoyed it, then please do drop a like. Let me know in the comment section down below what team we should transform next in 2 seasons, and I will see you for the next episode of 2-season transformations very soon.